Hi, today I'm going to talk about how we can experience more love in our lives by resonating internally with love. So, if we have the intention of experiencing more love in our lives, one of the first steps to be able to have that experience in a grounded fashion and in a sustainable manner is to actually clear any parts of our system. So, the energy that we have recorded in our bodies and in our energy field that is not one of love. So, fear and any associated negative emotions that come as a result of fears can be recorded. We can have memories of that. We can have interpretations that in the past we have not been loved, or people have not been loving, or that there's been a lack of love. And through the lens of those recorded memories and the interpretations we've made about ourselves and others and the world, it can be difficult to resonate with the energy of love. Oftentimes, those recordings are in our lower energy centers, like the first, second, and third energy centers. And so, by being aware of those energies, by being aware of maybe statements, beliefs, fears, interpretations that we are still operating from in our system, and by choosing to release them, to clear them through any process that you've learned or that you can learn on our channel. For instance, we have a lot of different meditations and guided practices that can help you process out the energy of fear from your system. The energy is going to be able to move naturally into your heart center. And when the energy moves into your heart center, you're going to spontaneously begin to experience more love, more freedom, more feelings of connection to others, feeling supported, cared for, and that's going to feel really good. Your heart is going to expand into the field, and you're going to be able to, as a result of resonating with this love, see more and more love in the thoughts, in the actions, in the words, in the behaviors of others, even if they have limitations, even if it's not completely unconditional, you'll still be able to perceive the love in them and all around them. And so when we tune into this love by being in our hearts, it becomes easier and easier for us to cultivate more and more love, and to expand more and more love and radiate more and more love into the field, so that our life begins to reflect that internal shift and we experience more and more love. In addition to clearing memories and interpretations from the past that have created fear in the system and the energy of fear stored in the system, we can also generate energy in our hearts. We can do that either through breathing practices, we can do that through the practice of gratitude, we can do that simply by bringing our awareness in our heart center and being aware of that space and becoming familiar with it, feeling that field of energy, and feeling more and more energy being generated in that energy center as we bring our awareness there. It's also possible when we go into the first energy center and we connect there to the creative energy, the life force in this energy center, to allow it to channel up the spine, so up our central channel into our heart center, and start to feel more and more energy moving into our hearts as a result of bringing our awareness to that first energy center, and also being aware that that energy center that is creative and is filled with life force can bring the energy into the heart through the central channel. So those are some of the ways in which we can cultivate inwardly these different internal states, such as love. And when we cultivate those internal states, we begin to see the world through the mind of that energy center. So essentially, we're experiencing the world through a different mind. And when we experience the world through a different mind, of course, the world is going to be different, to feel different, to look different. So all of those options are ways in which you can experience more love in your life, in which you can bring more love into your relationships, into the world. And that's a wonderful thing to share, so that you're not just internally in alignment with love and resonant with love, you're also helping the world and other people align themselves and become more and more resonant with the energy of love, which ultimately is going to help us all evolve and enjoy more love, more happiness, more abundance, more of all the things that we want, and that sometimes, from the perspective of our lower energy centers, we feel like we need to compete, or we feel like we need to control those things. When we're in our hearts, we realize we don't need to compete, we don't need to control. We can have those experiences simply by bringing the focus, the awareness in that space. I hope this is helpful, and that you experience a lot of love in your life, more and more love, that you cultivate it inwardly, so that you then see the world colored through your eyes with love.